Cold start. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Ima, also known as Persian Steak, and I just want to thank you guys for tuning in to yet another video. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has been following me on my TikTok, on my Instagram, and also even on my YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button already, because again, it really helps me out being that I'm a small-time YouTuber. Right now, it's about 10 a.m. and it's already 80 degrees, so we're gonna go ahead and go to an undisclosed location and go ahead and go deeper into the video on what this is about. A lot of you know me for my car in particular. For those of you who don't know, I have a V12 Vantage with pretty much an F1 straight pipe, as you can hear. Now that we're parked, I think it's fair to say we're gonna go ahead and use the better camera so that way I can explain further on what I do for a living to be able to afford this car. So let's go ahead and get to the other camera. All right, ladies and gents, so you guys read the title and thumbnail. What do I do for a living, being able to afford this car? I'm gonna go ahead and go more in depth with what I do for a living and pretty much how or what I did to be able to afford this car. So without further ado, let's go ahead and turn it off and let's go outside because it is getting pretty hot. All right, ladies and gents, so in order to be able to afford a car like this, you all guessed it, I have won the lottery and have $1 million sitting in a trust fund at being able to afford a car like this. No, I'm just joking. I do not have any sort of trust fund whatsoever. I've worked very, very hard to even be able to afford to get this car like this. Pretty much, there's two aspects of what allowed me to afford a supercar like this in the first place. The two aspects are going to be pretty much the financing aspect and also the whole entire cost aspect, meaning the sponsorships and so on that I was able to attain before even getting this car. So long story short, funny enough, what had been probably the downfall of my channel and everything else with my ZL1 was pretty much a blessing in disguise. I really believe that saying when that happened, looking back at it, because with this car, as you could see, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for the ZL1. Now, why is it that because of the ZL1 I have this car? Number one, as you guys know, my ZL1 was stolen out of South Coast Plaza. Also, it happened to another famous influencer. I think her name is Autumn Spooner or something like that. And she got her car stolen at the exact same place my ZL1 1LE was stolen. That car was great. You guys known me for that car being super crazy, doing just some shenanigans, accelerations, races, things like that. But I financed that car. And because I financed that car, the insurance paid me out on that car. Now, what that looks like on my finance history is that I paid off a $75,000 Camaro. Hence why when I was looking at a car like this, I was able to become approved for that all squared away because I showed history within my credit that I was able to afford a car over $1,000 in payments. Now, I knew the second aspect buying this car is going to be the sponsorship aspect. Now, before even purchasing my car itself, I went to Velocity AP to see if they were willing to partner up to sponsor this build, and pretty much they were all on board. They saw the vision that I had within my channel and within the car that I was trying to build up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Without them, I wouldn't even buy this car, because again, the vision and everything kind of putting into place, I knew I needed some sort of help in order to obtain a car like this and create the content that you guys want to see as well. So again, big shout out to Velocity AP for their quality work and also just a lot of the stuff that they've been going through, their support and everything like that, because again, they make really good stuff and the car's sound speaks of it. Now in life, things don't really get handed to you. As the more you grow up, the more you realize that you have to really work for something you see a vision on. Regardless if it's cars, if it's traveling, if it's freedom, anything on that sort, you have to work for it. So you just start wherever and you pretty much build up from there. For me, I did a lot of things. What I did was I did Amazon FBA. I'm in car sales right now, and yeah, I did a lot of other jobs. I did, I was a receptionist at a hot yoga studio. I was a porter at an exotic car dealership. So all these little aspects came into play into my experience to then pursue buying this car in the first place. I even at one point decided to buy cars and try to flip them. One of my biggest inspirations or people that I look up to as far as automotive YouTube is the Stradman. So I kind of went about his way of making extra sources of income, but it didn't work out for me. It didn't. I just ended up losing money. Same thing with Amazon, but I at least had the courage to say that I have tried it. And for those of you who are looking into getting courses and things like that for those particular things, I'd say don't do it. Just go ahead and just do it yourself, because you gain way more experience than you do buying courses and then starting just like that. So I'm in car sales. Nothing entirely special. It's pretty much a 9-to-5, and yes, you can make a decent amount of money if you're good at it. It's not for everyone, but it's what has worked for me, and it's taught me a lot about the car finances and things like that, so you'd be able to attain a car like this. Again, everything is pretty logical. You can kind of get it more so all the information on the internet, but again, to get up to this point, I did have to move up from financing my own Honda to then getting a Camaro to then getting my car. One other reason why this was a particular car I was looking at is because of the budget. Now for this car, many of you have known that I bought this car for under 100K. So for a lot of you, that's like the best bang for the buck. To me, it is absolutely the best bang for the buck, and it also was on the threshold of me financing the car as well. I put 0 down on this car, and I just financed the whole amount with sales tax, licensing, and everything like that. So yeah, that's it. Not many people will do that, but again, for me, it just worked, and I figured I just save that money for the monthly payments that I have for this car. And for those of you who don't know, as far as my lifestyle, it's pretty disciplined, nonchalant. I go to work. My off days are Tuesdays and Fridays. I still get 2 days a week off, and yeah, pretty much 9-to-5, and I don't go out too much. I go to the gym 4 days a week, and yeah, that's pretty much it. When I was little, I always wanted to get into an exotic car. From the moment I was 2 years old, I remember I was sitting into a Le Mans car, and then from then on, I just developed my passion for cars. Now, again, everyone's passion is a little bit different. So, to each their own, but again, I'm absolutely obsessed with cars. Now, the biggest thing too is the reason why I really badly wanted an exotic and not to go for another, a muscle car or anything like that to build up, is because the opportunities that you would get in the future. I really saw this vision making that choice to then pursue this car, and yeah, it just all ended up working out perfectly, because 6 months later, or almost a year later, after my Camaro being stolen, I never would have thought in that short amount of time frame I would be meeting Shmi and talking about our Aston Martins in particular. Like, how awesome is that? Another famous automotive YouTuber that I pretty much looked up to throughout the years coming up to me, just asking about my car, and then just having a good laugh. And not only that, the icing on the cake is being recognized by a lot of you guys, just because you've seen my content on Instagram, TikTok, or even on my YouTube channel. And I also wanted to elaborate more so on the aspect of the opportunities and networking with an exotic car, because it is absolutely 100% true. If you do have a car like this, it just opens up a whole another door for you, meaning that you get into more conversations, you get to know more particular people that are higher up, that can also provide good intel to then even be successful just in life in general. I just absolutely love that aspect. The exotic car game has completely changed, because you see a lot of influencers now trying to promote their own things using exotic cars, but again, for us car enthusiasts, it's just the passion behind it, the soul that the car gives you, or sorry, the character that it'll give you each and every car. And yeah, that's pretty much what it's all about. And this car deserves a full walk around because this is pretty timeless. Again, also, this car is one of very few. There's only 1,600 V12 Vantage S's in the world, and only a few hundred in manual, but unfortunately those are about 100 grand, 150 grand more than my car right now. So, but again, it's unique enough to then really stand out, and the exhaust note was exactly what I was looking for. You could get a V10, but they're still, unfortunately, higher at a price point than this car. Alright, like I said, it is pretty hot, so my camera is kind of giving me the heads up that it's gonna possibly die. But again, just to elaborate, I don't have anything special. My story really heavily relates with the Stradman, and that's pretty much who I really look up to because my lifestyle is more so similar to him. I did everything I could to then have a normal job and also be able to afford an exotic car. Nothing special within my life, just pretty much saving a bunch of money here and there, not really going out, being disciplined within my own lifestyle. Even I have a girlfriend, but we don't really go out too much, and I have to give big props to her because there's not that many girls that would really put up with that, especially with a person with a huge obsession with cars. So I just want to give a big shout out to her. So if she is watching this, you know who you are. That's pretty much all that I wanted to explain as far as going through in this video, because I feel like it'd be time to give a more personal detail on what I do for a living, and also the fact that how I was able to obtain a car like this. All right, you guys, so I did have to go back into my car just due to the fact that the camera is getting very hot, and I'm unfortunately doing this at the hottest day of the year pretty much here in Southern California. But again, I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone who has been supporting me on my YouTube channel, my TikTok, or even Instagram. You guys are absolutely amazing with your support, and yeah, if you guys really see me out and about, please say hi, or even at the shows. I'd love to just get your feedback on how the videos are to you guys, and how you guys found my content and things. Love to hear from you guys, and yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you because again, I'm a small-time YouTuber and I'm just a normal dude because I don't have the budget to then rebuild cars. I don't have the budget to really upgrade this car at a consistent basis. It's just more so of the experience and enjoyment of what it's like owning an exotic car as a normal dude. Hopefully we can grow the channel to then end up being a point where we could go ahead and rebuild cars, modify cars, do crazy builds that are one-off and unique, but that will be for the future, and hopefully we could get to that point. Maybe this video will age like milk, maybe this video will age like fine wine, because again, the person who I really look up to is the Stradman, and he was able to make it work. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this personal and in-depth kind of tour of what it's like to own this car, what I did to obtain the car, and what I do as far as my personal life as well. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Comment down below if you guys want to see anything else. I do have a lot of things planned for you guys as well, so stay tuned for that. Awesome, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go home because it is getting pretty hot, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.